Jared Leisek, Update 2025. Disclosure. This court case has been blocked from public inquiry. Some information below is from court records and some are just speculation based on social media channels reporting information. The last report will show actual Utah court records. Article 1. Jared Leisek, a founding member of the search and recovery dive team Adventures with Purpose, has faced serious legal issues stemming from allegations of child rape. In January 2023, he was arrested in Utah on charges related to incidents from 1992, when he was between 16 and 17 years old and his cousin was 9 or 10. In March 2023, Judge Mandy Larson denied Leisek's motion to dismiss the charges, allowing the case to proceed. However, more recent developments suggest that Leisek may have entered into a plea agreement, resulting in the charges being reduced to a third-degree felony aggravated assault. As of the latest available information, there is no clear public record indicating whether Leisek has been incarcerated. The case has undergone several legal proceedings, including motions to dismiss and plea negotiations, but comprehensive details about his current custodial status are not readily accessible. Let everyone know in the comments what you Homo sapiens and off-world aliens think of this. Also, subscribe, like, and share for daily news and information just like this. Now back to our story, kids. Article 2. Strange video considering Jared's case has already been resolved. On September 12, 2024, the prosecution released their witness list, which included a detective Jared confessed molestation to and 3 family members who would testify to abuse and rape, including the original complainant. Also, details of 2 further rapes were to be brought up on separate individuals not named as witnesses. On September 18th, just days before his trial was due to start, Jared took a plea deal to lesser charges. He pled no contest to third-degree felony aggravated assault. This was much less than the victim was allegedly promised he would receive. Jared had to pay a $1,000 fine, pay $2,500 to a non-profit, and write a letter of apology to the rape victim. The Utah courts are incredibly lenient on pedophiles. Jared's own half-brother pled guilty to 2 of 4 counts of forcible sexual assault on a 13-year-old when he was 19 and only received 5 days in jail. Jared is now a felon and cannot own guns, which is a good thing considering Jared has several charges for pointing a gun at a man in a parking lot and 16 charges for lying about it in court, to which he pled guilty to all 16. Part of Jared's conditions were that he wasn't to discuss the case, but some family members were posting about it almost immediately. Check out Utah's official exchange site if you wish to see the charges. It requires a minimum of $5 in credits to sign up. Alternatively, you can check out the posts showing charges on Twitter and Reddit. Jared has since gone on to lose 2 further court cases over his window breakers, and now only has his case versus Josh Cantu that he seems likely to also lose. Article 3. Is Jared from Adventures with Purpose in jail? If you're following the popular YouTube channel Adventures with Purpose, you might be wondering what's going on with its founder, Jared Leisek. Let's break down the recent developments. Jared Leisek, the 47-year-old founder of Adventures with Purpose, a group known for their search and rescue dives, has been in the news for some serious allegations. On January 5, 2023, Leisek was arrested and booked into the Sanpete County Jail in Utah. The reason for his arrest is a charge of child rape, which allegedly occurred back in 1992. According to the allegations, Leisek, who was either 16 or 17 at the time, raped his 10-year-old cousin in Ephraim, Utah. This incident supposedly took place in the victim's bedroom, where Leisek allegedly pinned her down and engaged in non-consensual intercourse. Utah has no statute of limitations on rape, which means that even though the alleged incident happened over 30 years ago, Leisek can still be prosecuted. Initially, he was charged with 2 counts of child rape, but one of the charges has since been dropped. Since his arrest, the situation has had a significant impact on the Adventures with Purpose team. The channel, which has nearly 3 million subscribers, lost tens of thousands of followers in the weeks following the allegations. Some team members, including lead diver Doug Bishop, have addressed the situation publicly, emphasizing the importance of letting the legal process unfold to determine the truth. As of now, Jared Leisek is indeed in jail, awaiting further legal proceedings. A courtroom conference about the case was scheduled for January 20th, 2023, but there hasn't been an update on whether he has entered a plea or any other developments in the case. The future of Adventures with Purpose remains uncertain, but the team has announced that they are continuing their work with a new crew. Despite the challenges, they are committed to solving missing persons cases using their advanced sonar and bathymetry mapping technology. So, to answer your question directly, yes, Jared Leisek from Adventures with Purpose is currently in jail facing a serious charge from an incident that allegedly occurred over 3 decades ago. Article 4. Jared Leisek pleads no contest to third-degree felony aggravated assault. The Utah court page is updated to finally show what Jared Leisek pleaded no contest to. Despite being charged with child rape and having evidence of multiple rapes, multiple molestation victims, and even confessions from Jared, he wasn't even given a sexual charge for his crimes. The plea deal was watered down to third-degree aggravated assault. Allegedly, the prosecutor took a much weaker deal than the victim agreed to. Who knows why? But it is a very pedophile-friendly state. The facts will always remain. Jared admitted molestation to detectives and, in a roundabout way, to the victim in his emails. 3 people were prepared to take the stand to say he molested them, 2 to 9 years younger than Jared. Evidence was to be presented that alleged 2 more rapes on others, not including the 3 witnesses. One of the witnesses, who was prepared to testify to molestation, alleged that he started when she was 7. Jared was only 2 years older, so he was allegedly abusing kids for 8 years. Maybe more charges will appear from others. Sadly, money talks in court, and those who funded Jared, thinking they were helping Adventures with Purpose, have helped elude justice in this case. The biggest win in this case is the public know about Jared and can keep their kids safe. His revenue has been affected badly, which is the only thing he cares about, let's be honest. And he is a felon, so can't be pointing guns at anyone again. The below are public comments. Patient Tear 5501 6 months ago. With all of this coming to light, can the others now pursue action against him? If they were willing to come out this time, can it be brought out again by the other victims? Is there a possibility of the victims still getting justice? It wouldn't be a double jeopardy situation, as it's different people involved and different circumstances. Dry win, 6,533 6 months ago. After watching what happened in this case, I could not imagine anyone else being willing to stand up and speak anymore. The outcome of this case and the absolute lack of justice proves why victims do not want to come forward. The system is a joke. The Manti Court got their $1,000 and walked away happy with themselves for getting an easy paycheck without doing a thing. Kittycat 06141946 5 months ago. I am a survivor of sexual assault, and I think it is absolute BS to let him plead no contest to this charge. With more victims coming forward, they need to put him behind bars to protect everyone from his criminal acts. I personally think he's the biggest con artist out there. He is all about money, not helping people. Yes, I am grateful to him for helping to find my nephew back in October 2020, but in the live feed he was talking to my sister, saying he needed to have someone buy him dinner and pay for his campsite. He is a money-hungry a-hole. Black Spine Plinketto 6 months ago. Aggravated assault is still quite serious, a felony. I just don't get how it relates to the charges. How can you de-escalate from what the charge was to this? Got 2C4 myself 6 months ago. What a load of BS. The prosecutor has no backbone and shouldn't even be acting as a prosecutor. He should have held strong, pushed this case out to the max. Supporting documental evidence would have helped nail him, and they knew it. This really upsets me for T. She deserves a lot better than this. Unfortunately, this will probably be treated more like a misdemeanor, and because Jay doesn't reside in Utah, will, if any punishment at all, receive only probation. No jail time at all. His attorneys will create some sort of hardship defense against whatever his sentence turns out to be. Just my humble opinion. T, hold your head high, sweetie. We still stand in your support. We will always be here for you. Never give up. Pittipoo 96 6 months ago. Yeah, and he continues his criminal behavior by suing Josh. And he has plans to go after the other past members of Adventures with Purpose who walked away when they became aware of this situation. This man cares about nothing, and no one but himself and money. Please go watch Josh's YouTube videos if you want to see the things he does to the people who have helped him and did the right thing when finding out what kind of person this predator really is. This man belongs behind bars so he can no longer hurt people who are good and are doing good things for families that are in pain and in need of answers. Just my opinion. Have a blessed day. Jennifer Ein, 6 months ago. I am absolutely flabbergasted at this outcome. That the prosecution had multiple victims willing to testify. A confession from Jared not only in the email to his cousin but to law enforcement as well. And they still plead him out with such a watered down charge. Whose boots got licked, whose ass got kissed, and who the heck decided that was a good idea? With that kind of evidence, I hope so very much that they sue Jared for all of his adventures with purpose money in civil court. Cushmale McFlurry, 3 months ago. Just a genuine and honest question. And yes, he and all pedos, assaulters, abusers, and predators of any kind deserve punishment. But when all of this took place, he was 9 and ended when he was 17. And he said, and it was known that not only he was doing it, but the female family members would partake in it willingly. And 1 or 2 of the 3 family witnesses, he only admitted to them that it took place but didn't do it to them. Just trying to understand better and ask if all incest is criminal and should be charged later on in life, even 30 years later. Would it be the same if it was a female family member doing it to another female family member? Or a male family member? I hope you learned something today. Now set down your phone and go outside and experience a screen-free day. Okie dokie?